So that's the way to tap the unadvertised jobs which are available in the market. And as they people and as they normally say that networking is the best approach to look for the job, so it is the kind of approach you have taken and you got your job in Germany. Hi guys, this is Sandeep Khera and you're watching Conical Education. Today I have Siddharth with me. So he will share with us his journey about getting a job in Germany, how you can get hired by an initiative job application for an unadvertised job opening. Without any further delay, let's talk to him. Hi Siddharth, first of all, thank you for coming on this channel. And yeah, it's really congratulations to you for your job and now starting a new journey in Germany. So, first of all, can you introduce yourself? Basically, where do you come from? What is your background from India? And what technology you are working on right now?
So I am Siddhartha Kumar. I come from Pondicherry in India, but my past experience I was working in Pune. So I have a total experience of about more than 10 years in automobile engineering, in design and simulation.
Yeah, that's really great. Can you also tell to the audience in detail, like what is your profile about and what kind of things you have worked on and some other related things?
I am a mechanical engineering professional with a background in automotive engineering. I have an experience with design and simulations of automobile components. So I was working in India uh, for an automotive company for more than 10 years. So I was working on CAD design, development of the product, and simulation was my main focus. Also, I was working on testing and validation of the mechanical components. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah. So basically, what methods did you follow to get a job in Germany? What job sites you have tried to search for the job, and what other channels you tried to follow? For example, networking or something like. Can you tell us all these things in detail?
Yeah. So coming to Germany itself was a challenge because it's a different culture and background and different people.
Definitely.
And so before coming to Germany, I have made my homework very well. So which are the job portals available in Germany, and how I can really approach the German companies for getting a job. So the main approach is to get into look into the job advertisements which are posted on the job portals here. So there are very much famous job portals in Germany where you can where the advertisement get posted and you can apply that. And the second thing is that there is a LinkedIn. There is a professional say networking site, and also Zing. So Zing is again a professional networking site, especially in Germany. So these two websites, I had a professional the premium membership for these two, and so I also approached some of the company people like HR or the technical people who are directly having the same type of experience what I have been. So like the companies which produces the same components which I had experience in the past. So I try to approach them by just messaging them, saying that okay, this and this is my name and I come from here and I have this much of experience, and so I would like to have a say an opportunity in your company. Please let me know if you have some options available for me. And many time it was like yeah, people respond, and many people don't even respond it. So yeah, it's a different approach. So these are the three main approaches which I, and also Zing again in the same way. Then I try to contact people, and having a professional membership or the premium membership in Zing and this really helped me because they give more options for you, that you can send emails to them even for your unknown contacts and so on. So those are the benefits which you get from the premium membership. Yeah.
Okay. So I have a couple of questions on your approach that you have just mentioned. First of all, you mentioned three things. First is job sites,
Yeah.
second is LinkedIn, and third is Zing.
Yeah.
So, okay. Next thing you said that if there is an open position, you contact to the person, you send over your application documents,
Yeah.
and then tell that okay, your profile matches and all that. So do they accept such kind of connection requests? Do they like to communicate with you because you are coming up directly
Mhm.
and not applying through the position published in the job
Yeah.
market? How does this work? What is their reaction, and what percentage of recruiters accept such kind of connection request, and how does this work out?
Yeah. So thing is that like we have different people who are also posting in the job portals, and also
Mm-hmm.
the postings are happening in LinkedIn as well.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn job sites.
Mm-hmm.
But there are also unadvertisement positions which
Mm-hmm.
they might not have posted in any of the
Okay.
sites. So
Mm-hmm.
this is quite interesting that when you try to approach that people, so they first they accept your invitation and they say okay, we don't have an opportunity right now, and then maybe you can look into our job portals. So that replies you get, and sometimes they said that okay, they give you some other contacts. Okay, he is my HR, you please contact him. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the other way which I get replies.
Mm-hmm.
And also some people luckily they also said that okay, yeah, you can send me the profile, it looks interesting, you send me the CV, I will
Okay.
look into that.
Okay. So I have just another question here. So you said you connect not just with the recruiters but also people who are working in the same profile as yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. I mean, interesting. Like many simulation or the experts which are having the same domain,
Mm-hmm.
okay, they are working in a company. So, for example, they may not be HR or HR professional, but in their team, if there is having a requirement,
Okay. Okay.
so
Okay.
they can suggest to their HR or maybe to the senior
Okay.
personnel
Mm-hmm.
that okay, this candidate might be interesting for us.
Okay.
So this way you create the opportunities for yourself. So it
Mm-hmm.
is similar to like that. So
Okay.
it's like yeah, it's like not advertisement position, but there are a lot of opportunities which are really not advertisement in the job
Okay.
portals. Yeah,
Okay.
for
So
sure.
that's the way to tap the unadvertised jobs which are available in the
Yeah.
market, and as they people. And as they normally say that networking is the best approach to look for the job, so it is the kind of approach you have taken and you got your job in Germany.
Yeah, so I tell you, because when there is a job advertisement position, there are thousands of people who actually apply for that. Since you are from a different country,
Mm-hmm.
with the chances of getting into that, I would not say no, but the chances are maybe less or high.
Okay.
It depends.
Okay.
So this is also one of the approach. I don't say
Okay.
that that is good or this
Okay.
is good.
Okay.
So when you're trying for jobs, then it's required that you try all possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so good. So yeah, so normally most of the people are aware about how to apply for the job openings in the job market through job portals and everything.
Mhm.
So let's discuss about this LinkedIn and Zing part. Maybe can you brief in more detail, like how was your job search experience in context of LinkedIn with the company which has hired you,
Mhm.
and what was the overall process, how you started and how it went through overall until the end, and finally you got the offer.
Yeah.
So that would be really interesting for everyone to know here.
Yeah, for true.
Yeah.
So I will tell you. So I applied like my general approach is to apply for all the positions,
Mhm.
either it is job portal, LinkedIn, or Zing, and so on. And so one person like I sent it to many companies. So I got a reply from one of the say recruiters or the main person or the technical person from the company, and I sent him the message because when I sent the messages to the companies or the people,
Mhm.
I look into the profile which is actually matching to my area of expertise or competence.
Okay.
So that is really important.
So just
So-
a question here.
Mhm.
So you mean you look into the area of expertise of the company or of the people working here, or looking at the job descriptions what they are publishing normally? So what do you research basically?
I first try to see the company,
Mm-hmm.
whether that company is able to like it is matching with my job profile.
Mm-hmm.
So irrespective of whether the company has advertisement in the job portals or no, I try to approach in LinkedIn maybe the HR or maybe the technical person or so on. So
Okay.
this way I try to approach them, and so I got a reply from my current company, the personal. So he said that okay, your profile looks interesting, so
Mhm.
send me your CV to me. So that was the starting point. So I
Just I'll stop you here for a second. So that job was not published in the market.
No, there was no job published in the market.
Okay.
So
Please continue. Yeah.
yeah, so I got a reply saying that okay, your profile is interesting. Just send me, so we will look into that.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I had so he sent me a date where he called me, like an appointment on interview on phone. So I had a discussion about the complete technical things, what I had, what I will, how my experience will be adding value to the company, and so on. So I could able to explain him my competence, my professional competence. So in that sense, that time it was not really opening available in the company, like they are
Mm-hmm.
not looking for people.
Mm-hmm.
Since I could able to tell that okay, these are the things which I can bring to the company, or maybe some new approach, or something which my experience will help to
Mm-hmm.
to make the products in a better way.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have made him to think okay, so to call me for an interview, the realistic interview, or the
Okay.
on the in face to face interview.
So you have justified to them how you can add value to the company, how you can add value to any of their products.
Mhm.
And in terms of, you mentioned all those things into the cover letter, and also into your message,
Yeah.
what you must have sent, like in mail or some other
Yeah,
message
yeah.
after they have accepted your connection request or something, right?
Yeah.
So then they got back to you and then invited you for the screening round or introduction kind of thing. And then how was it?
Yeah, first was telephonic interview. That was completely technical.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking about my experience and so on. Then
Mm-hmm.
after that, they gave me an appointment to for a face to face interview.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went there to the company, and I was having an interview with the technical head or the
Mm-hmm.
technical person.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had a completely technical discussions about my experience and what I have. So it
Mm-hmm.
was more or like a discussions.
Mm-hmm.
So how I say solve the problems, or
Mm-hmm.
how I could able to validate the products,
Mm-hmm.
or so what are the different failure things which might occur in the in the components, and
Mm-hmm.
how I will be able to provide solutions and so on. So
Mm-hmm.
this was the discussion which happened.
Mm-hmm.
And since I had an experience with my past with the same products, so it was very easy for me.
Oh,
It was
yeah, you
not so
knew the
much.
things,
Yeah, I
technical
know,
side.
I know
Yeah.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
So before going to the company, so I had a clear picture of what they produce,
Mm-hmm.
and what are the different components they make, and so on, because I studied their website very much. And it was like so I could able to
Then
understand
make a
before.
relation,
Yeah,
connection.
before going
Okay.
to that, so I was
Okay.
completely prepared about
Okay.
what are
Okay.
the things,
Okay.
what
Mm-hmm.
are the things
Mm-hmm.
that are required
Yeah.
for my
Yeah.
job
Yeah.
profile in future. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm taking a step back and I will ask you the question regarding the personal screening round when they contacted you first.
Mhm.
What was their focus of discussion? What they wanted to see in you in that specific round, screening round? Basically, what were their expectations during that round?
As I said, there is no job position advertised. Okay.
Okay.
So the thing is that like more than they asked me, I told them everything what
Okay.
I have,
Okay.
what I can bring.
Okay.
So thing is that it was not job positions which are advertised, and then they look for these qualities or maybe something.
Mhm.
So I try to create
Okay.
the opportunity, like okay,
Mhm.
this is my opportunity and this is the perfect company for me.
Okay.
And I told them what I could bring to the company
Okay.
if I am recruited.
Okay.
And yeah, since I
Okay.
had a very vast experience about working on that, so I know in and out of the products, what they make, and how are
Okay.
the failure things, and
Okay.
so on.
Okay.
So this was a completely technical discussion which happened initially.
Mhm.
And so after they convinced that okay, so they can call me. Then they had a face to face
Okay.
interview.
So that means you did a proper research about the company
Mhm.
and then tried to relate your profile
Mhm.
based on your research, what the company is doing, and how you can put your experience, how you can put, how company can take advantage from your skills
Yeah.
to make the better products.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
so here the question is, how did you research about the company? What websites did you see, or what other ways you search? For example, you might have used Google or some
Mhm.
other
Mhm.
areas or websites. Can you brief those things?
Yeah, so to research about a company, the best way is to go into their website and also, go in thoroughly study the website or the components which they manufacture, what are the production locations they have, and what is the, like, how many components they provide, what are the different clients they service, and if possibly what are the different failures occurring in the components or any technicality, if you could able to understand, so that will be very great, because that is what they are trying to solve, the problem. So it's a good approach that you study the website before going on, because that is the only source you have to know about the company and the product. So it's very important that you know in and about the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And what can you also give us some more details? You mentioned at a very high level, like how was your main physical
Mhm.
face-to-face interview round went. A little bit more detail into that, if it's possible.
It's a completely a technical discussions. Like it's a
Okay.
completely a technical discussions,
Okay.
and yeah,
What they
it's-
wanted to see basically.
So basically, they wanted to see whether I would be able to solve the problems, or whether my approach to the design solutions,
Okay.
and how maybe I will handle the pressure or so on. So those are the things, and I had a very good backing of my experience. So that way, I would say that not much of question answer sessions, but it more of a discussion sessions that
Okay.
happen.
Okay.
And yeah, so the again the it's all technical, so it's more of a technical
Okay.
thing.
Okay. So what I understood, that more of a, they wanted to see how your analytical skills are, or
Exactly.
logical thinking, how it works,
Mhm.
right? And also, as you said, that it was more of a discussion thing. So they wanted to see what practical experience you carry, and was there any kind of cross questioning interview questions to justify your practical experience or something?
Not really.
Okay.
There is no justification done. But yeah, there was much of a technical things which they asked me, which I could able to answer them.
Okay.
And uh, yeah, some different products they are actually having much more. The current company, so they have different products also. So how I will be able to work on those components, and some of the tools which they use for making, so those are also new to me. So which I have to learn that.
That's again logical thinking and analytical skills are coming in. They wanted to see so that you can use those tools and work in that environment.
Yeah. So I told them,
Yeah.
like, these are the new tools which are going to use it. And my past experience, I have also done so many learnings in tools and so on. So learning a new tool for doing a job is not a problem. So
Okay.
that's really
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
So
yeah.
in that way, I could able to justify that. Okay,
Mhm.
my past experience, I have learned so many things,
Mhm.
and every time it's a new start.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in that way,
Okay.
I could able to justify that I would able to learn new things.
So, as you also mentioned about the cultural fit,
Mhm.
so what kind of things they were looking for in you, whether you are a cultural fit for the team or organization? What are their expectations normally from a general employer?
Yeah,
When
so
you,
it's an interesting thing. More
Yeah.
than technical, this cultural fit is much more important.
Yeah.
So first thing is the language. I would say that was really a barrier for me up till now. So I learned language before I came to Germany, and after I came to Germany, still I learned the language. So I have done till B1.
Yeah, it's a continuous process.
Yeah,
It takes
yes,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
and second is the cultural way how you actually interact with the team.
Mhm.
So whether you are a team performer or
Okay.
and so on.
Okay.
So that was like since I worked with the different teams in my past experience, so I could able to justify that
Mhm.
that I worked with different teams like development, testing, and yeah, so design team. So these are the teams which I worked before also. So which I said that okay, I will be able to
Okay.
accommodate with all the
Okay.
people irrespective of the the competencies they have. So
Okay.
in that sense, that justified the answer for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So many people ask me the question most of the time that what is important for them when it comes to German language. Basically, for example, we were talking that B1 is required when you enter a German company, German speaking company, right? So what should be the approach? Whether they first get really proficient, then start applying for the jobs and start attending for the interviews, or it should be like they have started learning B1 and they are little bit confident now that they can hold the some kind of discussion and they can reply to the answers, they understand to the people. So what should be the normal approach in context of B1 completely finished or completely practiced and you are really fluent, or how should be the approach?
Yeah, so I would say that okay, it's not necessary that you be proficient because proficiency you cannot achieve within very short time.
Okay.
I would say that they would like to see you the approach which you try to speak in German so that you tell them okay, right now I am speaking B1, but maybe I would if I get an opportunity then I will try to speak fluently. But you have to start speaking to them in German in a broken German. That's okay,
Yeah.
but you should show that the positive approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing is that, so just to summarize in one line, so you should start learning the German, and once you are at a level that you are able to hold the discussion, you are able to make out what the other person is saying, then you should start applying for the jobs and then start attending for the interviews.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
the more you speak, the better you get. So
Okay.
it's simple as that.
Okay.
So they also expect that when they see your CV, then they obviously they think that okay, you're not definitely going to be fluent, but at least your approach or how much you have learned. So that is more important for the recruiters.
Okay. Okay. So, guys, that's for the part one. So, definitely, I will also have a second interview with Siddharth, which will be published after this video. So, yeah, so it's a good experience you have shared, and we will also meet again to them in the next video where I will ask more questions. How was your job search experience, even outside the Germany, within Europe, in other countries, while you were sitting in Germany? So, yeah, thank you.